Yeah. Am I live? Am I live? At least you can wish me luck. See. Oh, yes. Oh, I am live. Good. All right. So now imagine this. Imagine being claustrophobic. Imagine that you're afraid or you're concerned. It makes you feel unease being in a small place or a small room, or just basically feeling claustrophobic. And imagine also being solitary confinement. So basically it's you have to stay there for a long period of time. And normally whenever this situation, let's say for example solitary confinement, it is mostly something that is an activity that takes place in prison or jail. But for some reason Mr. Beast decided to subject himself to solitary confinement for about 50 hours. Today we're going to talk about the difference, or what really actually happened. We're going to be reacting to what's this video that he has, that he's going through this horrible experience. And also I'm going to talk about the big picture of solitary confinement. Basically, how does the long-term effects of it on a human being, and why is it a form of torture, and why is it done basically? And at the end, we're gonna see the world's most chill maximum prison in the world. You wouldn't believe how chill this prison is, and a lot of high risk or high value, high risk criminals are there. But for some reason, it is tied to the solitary confinement topic that we're gonna be talking about today. And let's start reacting. All right.
The next 50 hours alone in solitary confinement.
Good luck.
I'm scared. This right here is the room I will be suffering in for the next 2 days. Normally I do 24 hours in a challenge like this, but I decided I'd push myself and go for 50. This is a one-way mirror and I can't see through it, but the boys on the other side can. Chris could be licking this mirror and I can't tell.
Oh, I'm licking it all right.
You don't want to see that.
There's a TV in here that they have control of.
I'm gonna play his first video.
Mr. Beast. Hey.
So this is not just solitary confinement, but it's also, it goes beyond the torture behind solitary confinement. It's his friends are actually gonna be torturing him also.
That's my channel.
That's real torture.
Why are they gonna be doing this?
You're watching your own videos.
I hate you guys. I'm scared. Let's see if the door's actually locked. Oh, darn it. That would have been funny. Can I open this? Oh, I can't.
If I leave early, my punishment is I have to get slimed. But if I survive all 50 hours, then all the boys have to get slimed. Which is why they're gonna try to get me out.
So we just found out that if we don't get Jimmy out before the 50 hours, we get slimed. I didn't know that.
I didn't either, but we gotta make sure he gets out now.
Hey Jimmy, you wanna hear what the inside of my throat sounds like?
Is that necessary? But I do understand they're trying to get him to get out.
Thank you. These are my friends.
Enjoy the most annoying thing in the entire world, Minecraft cats.
I will admit, it's pretty annoying, but I'm not
We have the same mic.
cracking. Are they gonna make me listen to this?
I'm trying to annoy Jimmy, so I'm having, are you gonna finish that croissant play?
Are you going to finish that croissant?
I think I'm in hell. I don't know how it could get much worse, to be honest. It's finally done. I'm just gonna lay here and ignore it. They'll get bored eventually. Hey, open up. Open up. Let me talk to them. Wait, here's the thing. Shut up! Normally when I torture you guys, I give you money. Am I getting money?
You're getting something else green. It's slime.
Do the bank.
Enjoy all 10 hours of Patrick sleeping.
Oh my God!
good. We fixed it.
Gonna give Jimmy the most anxiety ever.
It's definitely not fun.
Enjoy this.
But we know Mr. Beast is willing to go or do whatever it takes for the video.
Got a couple of notifications, better check them. I almost had them.
After listening to this iPhone alarm on repeat for over an hour, I realized this was gonna be a lot harder than I thought.
I'm kind of going crazy. So here's the game plan. Those are the speakers. I have a chair. I can take the tripod from this camera and we're gonna put you on the ground. Yes. All right, I got one. They don't have an off switch, so I think I have to just bash them together. Batter up.
The cord. Get them away from the cord.
Shut up! I'm tired! It's been an hour! Yes! Die! Yes! Do you know how nice it is not to hear an iPhone alarm in your ear constantly? I think they were gonna make me listen to this for 10 hours. That's ridiculous.
10 hours.
All right, I'm gonna try to get some shut-eye. I think they all left to go get things, which means I'm here alone. And when they get back, they're not gonna let me sleep. So I'm gonna try to get some sleep now. Hopefully I can catch a few Z's because I guarantee you tonight they're not gonna let me sleep at all. Also, not hearing that iPhone alarm is amazing. I literally thought I was gonna die.
Hey, Jim.
Okay, so now let's check this out. Claustrophobic, for people who doesn't know what claustrophobic means, is a fear of confined spaces. So now Jimmy is in a confined spaces. If regardless that his friends can actually, come to the door and just open a small window so they can actually interact with him. But it is triggered by many stimulus, situation or stimuli, include elevators. It can be some people don't like to go into an elevator, or let's say a place that is overly crowded, or windowless room, a hotel room, closed doors or seated windows, even bedroom with lock on the outside, small cars, tight necked clothing can induce a response in those with claustrophobia. So now a lot of people are actually, who suffer from claustrophobia, actually it can give them, classified as a anxiety disorder, which often result in panic attack. It's a very serious issue because people are actually dealing with this, and it's something that actually people, some people, are afraid of small places, or basically they don't feel themselves. But for some reason, this guy want to push the limit, and yeah, he decided to do this. And not only that, he's actually in a small confined space. His friends are spending the entire time annoying him, basically to get him. The goal is to get him. Their goal, his friend's goal, is to get him out of the room, and his goal is to stay in the room as long as he can, preferably 50 hours.
Hello?
Sounds like the speaker's off. He broke the speakers.
I'm gonna sneak in there and fix it. Wow. You messed up the speaker.
Chris, what? Hey, you can't come in here. Wait, you guys can't do this. That's sabotage.
Oh my gosh!
Hell!
Oh wait! Oh,
Give me the pillow! Give me the pillow!
I got it!
Get out! Go, close.
This is a load of barnacles.
How are we gonna get to this?
Despite only being
we're
3 hours in the challenge, it was honestly getting pretty rough. But thankfully, I destroyed their speakers.
We can't play a speaker in there, but we can play a speaker out here into there. He destroyed the entire sound system.
So this is our solution.
No chill.
Dun, 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 dun.
I have a 3-part plan to hide myself. Step 1 is I need to block the door so they can't see me through that. Step 2 is I need to cover the mirror. Step 3 is I need to cover the cameras. Once I do all that, they'll have no way of seeing what I'm up to.
Why is he taking apart his bed? What's he doing? Oh.
Clouds?
Clouds!
Clouds?
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 I'm taking foam off the walls and covering the mirror.
Clouds?
Like this stream, guys. Like and follow.
I'm gonna turn it to where it's facing the corner. Now that camera can't see this side of the room. As you can see, it can't currently see me. And boom, now the window is sealed, they can't see me, and I moved the other camera. They have no eyes on me currently. So hopefully I can get a good nap in and they can't wake me up.
Okay, let me see. 42.
We just filmed a rap. All of it was freestyle. Jimmy, you're not gonna be able to sleep because you're gonna hear our sweet voices rapping all night long.
I've been in here for almost 8 hours. I'm bored and I still have 42 hours left. I'm not even a fifth of the way done. I think I hear Carl above me, but I don't know what he's doing.
To be honest, this is actually torturing me right now, actually just looking at it, because it just feels, uncomfortable.
So I'm on top of the isolation room. I have the speakers all set up. We're gonna open it up right there. And we're gonna play some music. He's not gonna be able to reach it, so we get to win.
Is Carl above me?
Do it.
Maybe.
So if I were to do this, I won't hit it.
Oh my god.
I knew it! He is up there! No, you come here. No, I can't. I can't. You can't? I'm listening to a screaming goat. Nerd! Is this what you've been doing the last 5 hours? Yes!
Oh! I don't like seeing it from the side, Jimmy!
I'm gonna hide under this blanket and they're gonna eventually stop torturing me because I'm not gonna react and they're gonna get bored.
What we're about to do is play the rap we recorded for Jimmy because I think it's gonna annoy him pretty good.
Jimmy! I'm gonna lower the speakers. We worked really hard on this, so please don't hurt the speakers, okay? We'll play it over and over.
Jimmy ain't fin to sleep.
No, sir. I'm not gonna give him the satisfaction of reacting.
Hey, from the top! One more!
You think he gon' get one peep? R.I.P.
All right, so we got Jimmy's food. Sir, here's your food.
Thank you. Solitary confinement, more like solitary easy. Thank you, nerds. I don't know why they gave me a filet mignon, but I'm not complaining. It tastes good. They're making this a little too easy. I need a ladder to fix that camera. It's really high up. You guys took my tripod.
Okay, that's fair.
I got it. Get this back right. Yeah. My plan worked. I now have a ladder. Carl made this hole in the wall, and I might be able to reach it with this ladder. Haha, I got the speakers. Okay, I'm gonna throw those over there. Out of sight, out of mind. I'm good at this stuff. And now I'll fix their camera, now that I got what I wanted. Welcome back, camera. Sorry for abusing you. Don't know what that was.
Hey Jimmy, please don't tell them I gave you the letter, please.
Nothing happened.
Alright, cool.
Just don't tell them why their speakers are on.
Sounds good.
Carl.
All right, so let's take a look at this. What are the causes of somebody becoming claustrophobic? Okay, the fear of enclosed space is an irrational fear because okay, let me just continue reading this. Most claustrophobic people who find themselves in a room without window consciously know they aren't in danger. Yet, the same people will be afraid, possibly terrified to the point of incapacitation. And many do not know why. So basically, it's irrational. It's an irrational fear. However, claustrophobia may not always be the case, and may be the result of another mental disorder, such as post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. So that's if you find yourself actually afraid, having an irrational fear of being in a small confined space, because it could be of just feeling claustrophobic basically, and it could be basically because of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, which is mental and behavior disorder that develop from experiencing a traumatic event. I think by now everybody should know PTSD stands for, but yeah, for those who don't, yeah, this is what it actually meant. And it could be such as sexual assault, domestic violence, child abuse, warfare, and it's associated with traumas, natural disasters, traffic collusion, or other threats on a person's life and well-being. So basically, yeah, it stems from a huge disaster that happened to your life, a catastrophe. So this is the reason why a lot of people, develop this form of a mental issue.
Someone, whoever stole those speakers, shout out to you. I love you. You really didn't take them? I'm so confused.
We got Jimmy a little gift. This is a favorite actor that's ever existed, Drake Bell.
Hey, what's up, Jimmy? It's Drake Bell here, Mr. Beast. I hope that you succeed in your challenge. But Carl wants me to say that
that's actually reassuring for him to see, because not only that his favorite, to see other people, basically, it's reassuring, because in true solitary confinement, you don't get to see people as just so easily. I'm gonna actually show you guys this and break down the details of solitary confinement, how it's actually truly practiced, and this is very interesting as well. That's good.
You should really leave your room. You should really leave the room. I hope you succeed. I hope that you are able to.
Turn it off! Oh, so I thought he was just trying to motivate him, but he's actually telling him to quit. You should go harder.
Backfired! Drake, turn it off!
Drake wants me to succeed. For Drake! I'm doing this for Drake Bell.
I don't know why I didn't watch it before showing him, but it backfired completely. And now I think it's gonna give him a burst of energy, so we gotta diminish that as much as possible.
Why'd you have to go back on what we said? Just read the script.
I have an alarm clock.
I have 47 alarm clocks.
And we took off the top so that he can't turn it off.
Oh, Jimmy's gotta wake up. Hey man, it's time to wake up. Your alarm's going off.
Yeah, that is sleep deprivation. That's a classic situation of solitary confinement. Because when it comes to solitary confinement, the main things that actually happen, how does long-term solitary confinement affects a person? And these are the things: visual and auditory hallucination. But normally, with Jimmy, he constantly have stimulus or people, his friends coming over to check up on him, to annoy him. That's I can understand his ears are gonna be ringing because of the noise, the music, the goat just basically making a lot of different noise. That's gonna make him hypersensitive to noise and possibly touch, because he did touch someone, he's one of his friends during the period, because when you haven't touched someone for such a long time, or people for such a long time, you become very hypersensitive to touch. And insomnia and paranoia, but that's not the case for him. I think at this point, probably PTSD, but it's not really traumatic. He decided to put himself there. And probably the auditory hallucination, it's not gonna be hallucination, but it's just gonna be annoyance, basically. Let's move.
It's alarming you're not awake yet, Jimmy.
Your alarm's turned off and I didn't even do anything.
Carl, what'd you do wrong?
I wasn't even asleep, I was just laying here.
Do you need a hand?
Now he has a siren.
Oh my god!
That was a good
I think
throw.
at this point we're just exciting him with how much that we're hanging out with him. I think we just absolutely isolate him now.
Yes.
It's been a pretty crazy first half day. The boys don't seem to be messing with me at the moment, so I'm gonna try to get some Z's. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, Tariq. Yeah, you turning on cameras? Yeah. What is it, solitary confinement? Yes, it is. They made a mistake giving me this bad boy.
Guys, he's gonna cause destruction. Oh my God, he broke the TV. No, 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 no. TV, dude. Broke our TV. Carl, I'll hand this to you. Go.
Jimmy, you want some entertainment?
All right, here he comes.
Yeah, all of this will not happen in solitary confinement. So what is solitary confinement basically? And because solitary confinement is prisoners goes to by a number of names, because it can have different names, you know, just like everything, there's different names to actually identify what it is. People have come up with different slangs. Isolation, SHU, special housing unit, administrative segregation, supermax prison, and all of these above. Let me see, maybe you can see one of these abbreviation for solitary confinement, or just other names for it. Maybe one of them you can actually identify with or just remember. Basically, although solitary confinement condition vary from state to state or from prison to prison, for country to country, and correction facilities systematic policies and condition includes. So this is the recipe for solitary confinement. Yeah, this didn't make a difference, but anyway, basically confinement behind a solid steel door for 22 to 24 hours a day. Yeah, but Jimmy he's only doing just 50 hours. Severely limited contact with other human beings, as we already seen that Jimmy has a lot of contact with human beings. Let's say, for example, his friend here is trying to lower whatever it is, a TV inside. So that's actually not the case. Infrequent phone calls or rare non-contact family visit. Well, this is not the case for him. He don't need the phone call basically, but he's actually having the contact with maybe not family, friends, or just contact with people that he's always around. Extremely limited access to rehabilitation or educational programming, and I don't think you actually really need that. But glossary, inadequate medical or mental health treatment. This is really a sad situation, because solitary confinement, let's say you are dealing with some health challenge, and then for some reason something happened at that moment and you need, you know, medical attention, so you cannot really get it. So now moving on, extremely limited access, already gone over that. Grossly inadequate medical and mental health treatment, because that's actually the point, to give you all these issues. Restricted, later on we're gonna actually identify, basically go over people who goes through solitary confinement, or study has been done about it, and they realize that some of the people who, I think about 6%, or but a majority of people who goes to solitary confinement, within 5 years they happen to go, and that's a true problem that's actually happening. And let's see, furthermore, restricted reading material, we already covered that. Physical torture such as hog trying, restraining chairs, forced cell extractions, so basically torturing methods. Oh, that's one thing they actually get right, because right now this is a torturing method.
I hope you fall!
So I just wanted to get Jimmy a cake because he's been in here for a while and he could probably use the cake right now.
When I do Last of the Leaves, I typically feed the boys so they don't die.
That's true, that's very true. I'll get you something good.
Maybe if I had something that properly nutritionized my body.
Like the stream, guys, and follow the channel.
Okay.
No, that's not a word. I might not slime you. Because we all know I'm gonna win. I don't care. Play all the Luigi screaming you want.
In there. Oh! That actually splashed on me a little bit. Jimmy, what did it?
Be back. All right, so now let's finish this up. No touch torture such as sensory deprivation, so permanent bright light. Oh well, that could be the case here because it's literally a white room. We cannot see it right now.
A nutritious meal. If he doesn't like that, I have a backup plan.
I'm expecting that. Thank you.
What are you showing on?
Some lasagna and chicken.
His what?
No, this is pretty easy. Thank you.
This man's got
This
lasagna.
is pretty easy. This is just another way of taking a vacation, because in true solitary confinement, you don't have all these amenities. He has TV, he has a proper chair, he have a proper bed, and all of the time. Yeah, it's supposed to be, you know, a torture. That's the purpose of actually having it, or just for separation. But we're gonna look and to basically dive deeper into the true purpose of solitary confinement. And okay, no touching, no sensory, extreme temperature, that could be the case, permanent bright light, and forced insomnia. This is true in this situation with him, because they are constantly annoying him in a way to basically restrict the amount of sleep, or if you do get sleep at all, the amount is very severely diminished, and that's gonna cause you to have insomnia. And chemical torture such as grenade or stun gun, that's actually not the case here. Sexual intimidation and other form of brutality and humiliation, that's things you only see on TV. Yeah, but beginning in the early 1970s, prisons and jail administrations at the federal, state, blah blah, let me see, segregation, blah blah, and all of this, and supermax, more than 40 states, blah blah, is not really necessary. But let's get back to the reacting, and then I'll just cover this in a bit later.
Steak, cake.
Follow me.
What is he not eating in this challenge? Last challenge I had beans.
What did I do to deserve this?
Sad. I feel terrible. Why would you voluntarily do this to yourself?
Hey, Jimmy.
Jimmy has no chill. But again, one thing I was talking about when it comes to the solitary confinement, there's no like a family member, or well, I wouldn't say, maybe this is one of his family member, but his girlfriend came to say him, this is actually more good for morale, to give him more motivation to actually keep going. And true solitary confinement, that won't be the case.
I have a visitor.
Oh, hey.
Yes, he's not gonna have a visitor.
Scary. I don't like this. I'm not loving that orange on you.
I think that's the least of my concern. I've been in here for 35 hours.
Mm-hmm. Don't you want to get out and go home with Maddie, Jimmy?
No, not really. It's 50 more hours. It's solitary confinement, not solitary hang out with your girlfriend.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with you. But okay, how many people are in solitary confinement in the US? There are more than 80,000 men, women, and children in solitary confinement. But that's just the US. And now I want to take a closer look at why are people placed in solitary confinement? Okay. Prisoners can be placed in solitary confinement for many reasons. From serious inflictions, such as fighting with another inmate, to minor ones like back to a guard, or getting caught with a package of cigarettes. So it can be, basically the guards can decide, the prison guard can decide, or the warden can decide whether you're gonna be placed in solitary confinement. And other times, prisoners are thrown in solitary confinement for not breaking any rules at all. It's just being in the wrong place, the wrong time. And that's really unfortunate. Prisons have used solitary confinement as a tool to manage gang, isolate people from simply talking to a suspected gang member. So that's like, sometimes that can be to take a gang member away from hurting someone else or from hurting others, or it can be from taking a suspect away from, being hurt by a gang member. Prisons have also used solitary confinement as retribution for political activism. So basically, when people go and protest in the street, that can be something that they use to scare them off. And yeah, but okay, how does long-term solitary confinement affect a person? I think we have covered this basically. and we can actually move further with the reaction.
I smell so bad.
Hey, Carl, you ready?
For more than
Yes.
come on 15 hours.
I'm coming in! Geronimo!
I actually thought that was Carl. It's been a while since I heard from them, so I think they actually went home for the night, which means I've got it easy. Or they're waiting for me to go to sleep so they can wake me up and piss me off.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
I've been laying on this mattress for the last few hours, just chilling. Could have sworn the guys were gonna come back to mess with me, but they didn't. So I guess I'll just go to bed. I don't know. I'm excited to get out of here. This is my last night. This place is disgusting. Gosh, I miss my bed. This sucks.
It's time to wake Jimmy up, so let's give him something to listen to.
Good morning. Like a normal person, I start off.
All right. So now, is solitary confinement considered torture? Sometimes my tongue just moved quicker. Yes, because prison isolation fits the definition of torture as stated in several international human rights treaties, and thus contributes a violation of human rights law. But they're still doing it though. The UN Convention Against Torture defines torture as any state sanctioned act by which severe pain or suffering, whether physical or mental, is intentionally inflicted on a person for information, punishment, intimidation, or for a reason based on discrimination. So yes, and I guess this is another case only the law can break the law. Yeah, so this is not really necessary, this part here. I will also place this document, place this document or article on the description box that actually you can read it at your own leisure if you want to go deeper into it. But I don't want to make a super long video. That's why I actually, try to go through this as fast as possible, and to minimize the amount of time I'm gonna be streaming.
Off the morning with a pee. They got rid of my timer, so I don't know how long I've been in here. Also, I forgot to flush the toilet. To be honest, this isn't as hard as I thought it would be. I thought while doing this challenge I'd go really crazy, but I'm actually only going slightly crazy.
Jimmy, no cheating.
4 hours and 30 minutes left?
Dummy.
Bro, he thinks there's 4 hours left and he still feels good. There's only 43 minutes left. We kinda messed up.
Had to get all your stink out.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
All right, Jimmy, the clock's at 0. You can come out now.
Okay.
All right, let's let him out. You can come out.
Oh, what if I did? Oh,
And you literally
based on
is
that
over.
reaction. That means
No, we were just worried you were gonna fall.
Yeah. They arrived at 9 a.m. They then proceeded to make me watch an hour and a half of memes, and they messed with me for 20 minutes. On God, it is 10:50, not 11:15. When I get out, I have an hour and 20 minutes left. I'm not leaving early. Close this door. You guys are jerks.
We already know we lost.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get him in there for another hour.
Let's go watch anime.
Let's go watch anime. Come on.
1 hour and 20 minutes later.
Hey, what's up?
So he ended up spending more than the amount of time he should actually spend. Yeah, so which means this was easier, because normally in solitary confinement you would want to get out, because also we were talking about the legality of it, because it's against human right to actually do this. And since 1990s, the UN Committee Against Torture was repeatedly condemned the use of solitary confinement in the US and in the US. In 2011, the UN Special Reporters on Torture warned that solitary confinement can amount to torture or cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment or punishment when used as a punishment. During pretrial detention, indefinitely or for a prolonged period for persons with mental disabilities or juvenile, because also solitary confinement, they don't really actually take into account if you have a mental disability or if you are actually a juvenile, you're underage. Sometimes they just actually just do whatever, But I don't know if that's actually the case in these days of time. But according to this, the UN Committee Against Torture, they created basically saying that this is torture, this is against humanity. And I do understand why.
You can unlock the door, it's been known.
You stayed in an hour extra, by the way. You stayed 51 hours in solitary.
Your mom stayed 51 hours in solitary.
She did not.
You're not my mom.
He's bitter.
Oh, he's out, bro.
I mean, going into solitary confinement and coming out, you don't know who you're gonna come out as.
Transition.
I survived 50 hours of your torture. I had to listen to an iPhone alarm for 3 hours.
It was an accident.
Go ahead, dump the slime.
Don't do it. Jimmy, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Stop.
Wait.
Oh, where's the sim? Huggies! Huggies!
No, Chris, no!
Mr. B.
Alright, it didn't really seem that bad because, it didn't really seem that bad because they made it seem very, nice. And now we're gonna take a look at this, and basically it's a study about solitary confinement, placement, and post-release mortality risk among formerly incarcerated individuals, a population-based study. So now the background, we're not gonna read all of this, we're just gonna go through the highlighted areas. So with more than 10 million people incarcerated worldwide, but keep in mind this was published in 2016, or well, this says here 2020, but anyway, this could be very outdated, but still the projection of what's actually going on could be still something that is happening right now. And we identify more than 10 million people incarcerated worldwide, some of whom will have experienced solitary confinement. A better understanding of health and mortality after release is needed. So basically they're saying what we need to understand, what happens to people and health-wise, what happened to them after suffering or having gone through solitary confinement. And the aim of the study was to assess the relationship between placement and solitary confinement and mortality in 5 years following release among formerly incarcerated individuals. So basically what they're saying, they are comparing between people who has been to jail, of course, both of them, or different groups who are people who has been in jail, but group A have not been in solitary confinement and group B has gone through solitary confinement. So what are the findings? What have they discovered? Now, we're gonna move further to the method, the method of this study. In this population-based study, we use data from Danish administrative registers and administrative database from the Danish Prison and Probation Service. So this is a Danish, well, there's the numbers or the study is based on a Danish Prison and Probation Service. We linked information of all Danish individuals who had been incarcerated for more than 7 days during 2016 and 2011, with information on mortality for the 60-month following release. Okay, we use the method, we use Croc's proportional hazard model to estimate the association between being placed in solitary confinement and mortality, death, and cause of death among formerly incarcerated Danish individuals, controlling for several possible confounders prison security level, release areas, sentence length, reason for conviction, age, administration, sex, ethnic, minority background, and educational level. So these are the different areas they try to classify people, but still. And using a reference group of incarcerated Danish individuals who had been sanctioned for in prison infraction but not placed in solitary confinement and the same in some models. Okay, findings. What are the findings of this story? Our study includes more than 13,000 individuals, which translated to more than 81,000 persons month of exposure to risk of mortality up to December 31, 2016. Okay, what they have found, we're still trying to get to that. Formerly incarcerated Danish individuals who spent time in solitary confinement had higher overall mortality 5 years after release. So 4.4 or 4 to 5% than those who had not spent time in solitary confinement. After adjusting for possible confounders, our results suggested an association between solitary confinement and elevated mortality due to non-natural causes. We did not identify significant association with natural causes. But apparently what they're saying, they have combined people who has gone through solitary confinement and people who haven't gone through solitary confinement. I will put this study in the description box. So what they have found, a lot of the time, 4.5 or 4 to 5%, these people who have gone through solitary confinement, within 5 years' time, they passed away. This is very concerning. And probably there's a new study that actually covered this, but again, according to the, let's say, the UN, they say solitary confinement is something that is very much against human rights. It's a torturing of another human being. And when it comes to prisons, no matter the level of security that they are, solitary confinement is a tool that they shouldn't be using because it's against human rights. But now, talking about human rights and prison, now we're going to take a look at and see the world's most chill maximum security prison in the world. It's very interesting. So now, let's move this out. And so if we look here closer, at very top of the title is something that you can find on YouTube, of course, and it's on Netflix, but you can just Google or YouTube this. This prison is nicer than most student accommodation inside the world's toughest prison. Let's see what that looks like. It's not a video, it's just basically pictures. I couldn't take the video, or I couldn't use the video. And this is what outside of it look like, and it's very much freezing everywhere. You can see the pond or the water, the body of water that's here is freezing or frozen, and it's just, it looks like this. And this is the outside. But now for the interesting part, like, you wouldn't believe that actually a prison could be like this. For me, I didn't believe that, but it is true, because especially if you have a good building that is secure, why do you need to make people go through so much torture, while the fact that you're actually taking away an amount of time from their life is actually torturing in itself? So going, like, prisons in the US, as far as I've seen on television or, you know, from shows, TV, very inhumane. But now this, the prisoners are not going anywhere. They cannot break out. Even if they break out, where are they gonna go? Like, it's and I believe this prison is supposed to be in Greenland, somewhere that is just basically frozen everywhere. Where are they gonna go? And now they basically, this is a a high maximum security prison, but it's very chill. Meaning this, there's an elevator. There's an elevator that the inmates could use. Is a lift, elevator, lift if you're British. And let's see further. An elevator here. So this is kitchen. And this is an open kitchen, just a normal housing kitchen. And you can see the knife. There's a knife here, but I'm gonna have another picture of it. You wouldn't imagine at a prison that they will leave knife just out in the open like this, but it's just that, like, if they do something to each other, it's gonna be, you know, double the trouble for them, or even more trouble. I mean, I wouldn't consider something that they should do. And yes, so this is still in the kitchen. As you look back, you can see the prison guard here in the left area, and just the prisoners interacting with each other, cooking, because they have to cook for themselves. They have to basically almost do everything for themselves. And now, again, kitchen area with everything that they need for the kitchen is like a student accommodation. I mean, some of them are living better than than most people. This is a Netflix and chill area. You can see the guard just chilling with them. And keep in mind, these are high risk people. So basically, these are the highest people who has committed the worst type of crime, and they are just being just chilling like this out of prison. I mean, at the end of the day, where are they gonna go? You know, people, like I said, people are already incarcerated. If you have a good prison that, you know, people cannot escape, even if they escape, where are they gonna go? It's in the middle of nowhere. They're just gonna freeze to death. It's either they decide to go outside or try to break out, which will not happen, and then suffer dying afterwards. Leisure area, just chilling. This is the bedroom, and there's the shower in the right area behind. Well, behind him is the bed, but around the corner is a bathroom. And that was about it. So it is to say that, you know, prison, they serve a purpose, of course, but a lot of the time they can be somewhat humane. Somewhat people can be incarcerated, but still they can live a life that is almost as normal, because at the end of the day, the prison is taking away people's time. And, you know, time is money. And one thing also, people, we don't like the other people to waste our time. But the thing is, for them, if you commit the crime, I mean, it's the way of the world. If you commit the crime, you have to be willing to do the time. But this is definitely not torture, and it shouldn't be torture, because the fact of the matter is, being placed in a location like this is already torture. Like not torture, but let's say if torture would be the case, yeah. But this is already incarcerating. This is already taking away your life, because you gotta sleep, wake up, and be in the same location. And they say the design also is meant to keep the prisoners more more calm, more just basically reevaluate their life. We have a lot of moment to reevaluate the decision, the crazy, stupid decision that they have made. Yeah, kitchen out of prison. Yeah, and out in the open. Yeah, out in the open again. Yeah, kitchen, normal kitchen, chilling with the guard, just Netflix and chill. Yeah. Yeah, this is very humane. This is actually what you call a high functioning society, because they know they don't have to use always, it's not always about using strength or being cruel to people, but it is a punishment because, like I said, it still take away a lot of years time from their lives, and a lot of people can actually, you know, just basically don't make it outside because you know, their life has expired. But thank you for watching. Like the stream, like the video, and this has been a reaction of Mr. Beast spending more than 50 hours in a solitary confinement. So we've talked about this, and basically, guys, yeah, just, you know, do your best to be at your best behavior if you can. And we've seen basically the most max security, one of the max security prison, and it's the most chill prison. And I hope you guys actually enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next one.